And here we are again, live from GMT. It's 14:19 to 19 p.m. Almost opening. The New York market is almost opening for the first session of the year. And here we are yet again, trying to beat the market, trying to make our best to beat the market in the first session of the year. Um, and what can I say about today? Well, let's go to the higher time frame here for a quick look. And what is happening here is that we had a very bullish pre-market, here. Um, from midnight GMT, we just went all the way through 22,274, down up from 2,900. So we had a really massive ramp up here, 371 points. But this is starting to fade a little bit. Okay, it's starting to fade. And we are testing a vital area here now. As you can see, it's the view up, and the 1 minute weekend is also an anchor where the price came strongly to the downside and reacted, thus confirming the uptrend. So we have two possibilities, I think, here in the opening. First is possibly seeing this price going up to test again the 22.7, or it could break the anchor and just keep the way down that it's doing now. It's interesting that this area, which is rejected, that's why I think we have a real possibility of seeing this price coming down without testing higher areas, is that this area here, which was rejected just now, it was tested for the first time on Tuesday, or on December 31st, the last session of the year. It's a very strong point here, which could even not be tested again. We have news at 2:45 p.m. GMT, or 9:45 a.m. New York time, which is the manufacturing PMI. I don't think it's going to be enough to shake the markets too much. But, for example, we had at 1:30 p.m. or 8:30 a.m. New York time, we had the initial jobless claims, which came below the expected number. And this is like good news, but good news sometimes is bad news for this market. We never know when it's going to be good news or bad news. It didn't shake the market exactly too much. Came down like a couple points, a couple dozen points, and then went back up. So continued with the claim of the higher area. But now I really believe we have a lot of liquidity resting here in this area, and that's why I really think that we are going to test this. I just don't know if it's going to be a continuation, a smooth continuation from what we're seeing now here, these 3 1-hour candles, or if it's going to be something like we will have a moment to the upside, and then we will see it just coming down a little bit by bit. And yeah, I would like to see some consolidation here around the anchor, to be fairly honest with you, and just enter a short from here. I would be a bit suspicious of entering short from this area exactly where we are now, and a little bit suspicious as well from this area because I think it could still, if it reaches like 21.2, it could still go higher to test here again and could even break depending on the mood of the market. I'm not seeing it, to be fairly honest. I'm more for the downside today. Um, I don't think this liquidity here will be untapped. And I think they are avid, as I'm seeing here in the things now, how it's moving. It's moving to the downside fairly, I would say, energetically. And I, I'm more for a downside movement from the beginning. But let's see. Let's see. We never know with the opening. Anything can happen. For now, that's what I see. Like a movement to the downside. I just have to pay attention here. I'll even make a vertical line here so you can be aware that these here might have some surprise for us. Okay, 14:45, 2:45 p.m. GMT or 9:45 a.m. EST, New York time. Okay, so what can I say? Let's just wait for the market to open. We still have like 3 minutes to go. I will try call the first week of the day, even though a little rusty, I would say, because I'm not doing this for some days. Yeah, I stopped trading like before Christmas, and we have to go like easy in these first days of the year. But okay, let's try to do that. I'm not saying I'm not gonna do because I do that every day. I call the first week of the day, and I'll do that again. Okay. I'll just go light in the trade in case I'm not so calibrated as I was before. You guys know very well that I have been giving good calls here in this channel. Okay, 2 minutes to go. Let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Welcome everyone. If you want to make any questions about trading in general, about the session now, feel free. I will try to answer them as swiftly as possible, okay? And here we go. 30 seconds to the 29th candle of the 9th hour of the day in New York. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Expectation. Excitement. Okay, last candle before the opening, and I'm seeing a lot of bearishness here. Just can't tell yet if it's going down for sure. Now it's getting back to bullishness. Let's see if this is enough. Yeah, it tried to push. For now, I really think it's most likely it's going down. Let's see this next push to the upside to see. Yeah, it's trying to go to the upside. 10 seconds. Yeah. Um, I think I'm going short. Whoa, that's it, boys. We did it. It's going down. I'm stopped at 0. I'm not losing this trade at all. Very good trade. Very, very good trade. Stop is at 0. No bother. It's going to the anchor. So maybe we should maybe close because it's too close to the anchor. You see that there was a reaction from the anchor as I expected it to happen, but it's fine. Yeah, we did. Let's see here. I called the trade from here, from the last candle. We had like 27 points, 25 points. Not bad. Not bad at all. I don't know how is the delay you guys have. Maybe you have some delay. You didn't catch it really, but I called it. I really called it. Okay. Now let's wait for what's coming next. As I said before, I think there's a good chance of this anchor holding up. It's a fairly strong anchor we have there. Let's work maybe this system out. It's a heck of a system, but let's see. Maybe I would enter along from here. Maybe. For now, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But to enter short here again, I'll tell you what I expect to see. I would expect this block here to be broken to the downside, okay? And to see more accumulation, more consolidation here. Thus distribution, if you think on the week off model. And then a break of the anchor. We have a large, if we break this, we have a very good potential to the downside. Very good potential to the downside if we break this anchor here. But it's gonna break like, oh my goodness, I don't like the way it's doing, but maybe it might be a good chance. Let's see. Oh my god. Look at this. It's breaking like hard. It's breaking really hard to the downside. It's a 49-point candle. Jesus Christ. Whoa, much more than that now. 59. Jesus Christ. Let's see. I would enter a short now, but I need to see where it's gonna stop first. Maybe I would be more comfortable entering a short, like at least from here. But if it doesn't give me the option to do that, I'll possibly have to enter a short from there. Let's just check it out. I'm not entering now, but it's looking good, to be honest. The way the price is behaving candle wise is like very interesting for a short now. Yeah, but I can't enter now. I can't enter just now. It's kind of dangerous here. It's a danger zone. The way it went down like 50 points to the downside in just one candle, 55 points, is very, very dangerous. But as I said from the beginning, the bias was short, was bearish. It's going beautifully to the downside. 42 points. Yeah, it was looking pretty solid, that candle there. This one is still fighting, but I think it's gonna go down in the end. But now I can't do anything. The movement is already happening. You can't try to follow, because otherwise you get screwed. Let's just wait to see if any setup comes up. Yeah, now it seems to be gaining some strength to the upside, but no. Maybe if it breaks again the week, and if it breaks this week here, it could react to the upside, but I don't know. Yeah, I would say that this is quite a dangerous zone to enter along, to be fairly honest with you guys. I wouldn't dare to enter along from there. There is some sort of support here. I see, like in the 1 hour, there is, but not enough to say like we went down just 200 points in the first couple minutes of session. So I'm really not willing to risk a long from here. By all means, no. Unless it really consolidates here, but it's not looking like that. If it just breaks to the upside, I wouldn't dare to to do anything. I think it's gonna go down now. It's gonna break the last week of support. It's gonna go down. Yeah, yeah. It's going smoothly to the downside, but we have to pay a lot of attention here at 20.9. We can see a reaction from here, even if it's something just to a reaction to make the prices. Ooh, whoa! Yeah, let's just look to see. Now we're very close to the support. Pretty close. So someone is asking here that you missed. Yeah, sure. Look, I trade every day. I try to come here every day from 9:15 New York time, 2:15 p.m. GMT, which is like England, Ireland, um, some countries in Europe are GMT. And yes, I will try another trade still if we see the setups. I don't know if you can see here. There is this support. It's very important. The 20.9 is a very important support. Um, why is it an important support? It was tested here at midnight GMT. So the price came down very strongly here. So I'm pretty sure there's liquidity here, and the market will tap this liquidity here. Okay. Um, I'm pretty confident this price is coming back. And if it comes back here and reacts to the upside, I'm entering long. But if it doesn't reach this point and it still comes up a little bit and it's rejected, let's say from 21.07, it would be another point that I would consider entering short, because it would be sort of a continuation. It wouldn't be so strong as to be a reversal. That's why I'm working with these areas here, but I'm not trying anything in between unless it's a very very like clear setup, because actually we can't just tell. Trading like the middle of the ranges is too dangerous, especially when we have like the market just open. So let's wait for what I'm saying. Like I'm now in the 1 hour here showing that to you. This could be like an opportunity. This is exactly what I'm looking for here. This line here at 2:45 p.m. is a line where we're gonna have some news, not very exciting news. I don't think it's gonna move the market a lot, but it's just good to be aware that it's there. Okay, it's manufacturing PMI. It's not gonna move the market a lot, but if you are in a trade, it could be a bit dangerous. So, what can we see from the price action now? We are kind of consolidating here in this area. It's a very narrow range from 21.13 to 29.60. Yet it's a 50-point range, which I am not daring to trade within. Okay. And if it breaks up, I'm not longing as well, even though it could be um, a continuation or a reversal of what we're seeing. It could be, but I wouldn't be very confident to enter from there. So I wouldn't be willing too long from here. Okay, I believe we're gonna go below the this this range here that I just marked, the 50-point range you're seeing here. And it's gonna be patience. Like, if you want to trade, man, you gotta be patient, because that's what really matters. Look, now we have the news. Um, it's not yet updated here. Um, by the way, I use the economic calendar from investing.com. Let's see if it's updated now. Not yet. They don't have the number yet, but possibly it came below the expectation. That's why the market is like, the candle is going up. I'm not sure. It could not be. I don't know. I don't know yet the number. Let's see here. Let's see. We don't have the number just yet. Oh, okay. Now we have the number. Oh, it's positive. So this is good for the economy overall, because PMI went higher. But the truth is, when you have a good number for the economy, what has been happening is, the market is reacting to the downside, because if the economy is good, that means interest rates are going to still be higher, and that's it. If inflation is higher, demand is hot, what will the Fed do? It will keep the interest rates high as well. So that's the reason why we see positive data for the economy, and at the same time, we see the market moving down. Yeah, it was a break here. Like I said, I don't like this break at all. I'm not trading this break here. I don't. I really don't think it's a safe point to bet. It could be okay. It could be like, it's breaking and going up. But anyway, uh, I didn't see it coming. It was during news, so it's not the kind of trades that I want to take. Okay, uh, let's just wait to see what comes next. It's reacting to the upside, yeah, it is, but not yet the kind of trade that I want to take. No, no. So, and if you want to know when I'm live, like I said, I'm live from 9:15 EST or 2:15 p.m. GMT, and you just subscribe to the channel. You can click in the ring bell, so you will receive instantaneously alerts that I'm live. If you want to take the trade with me, okay. Yeah, it's looking fairly bullish now. We just had like 100-point move. Yes, 100 points, almost 100 points to the upside. It's a lot. Okay, it's a lot, but I'm still willing to see some sort of considering it a just a retracement. Let's see. Let's see. to enter long here, I don't think. I believe like if we test here again, like this became a support for sure. And if it comes here again and it reacts from here, I'll sure enter long from here. But otherwise, no. Okay, now we're just reaching the anchor, which was once support. Okay, and now it can be confirmed as a resistance or not. Let's see. Yeah, it could be a retracement for sure. That's what I'm saying, especially because we are here in the anchor. Like what do I call an anchor? It's a term that I coined myself, which is the anchor is like when we were in an uptrend. Okay, before since midnight here we were in an uptrend, a strong uptrend, more than 300 points to the upside, and then it came back for a good retracement, like a good retracement, and it didn't break the trend. It made a lower low for sure, but it just reacted off the view up, and because of that, this is an anchor, and now we're seeing the anchor is being tested again with some strength. With some strength. This is not strong. Okay, we have here like a 32-point range from which we could work. But let's see one thing. I'm a bit suspicious of this movement to the upside because we have the view up here, which could yet work as a resistance. Okay, but maybe if it accumulates here and breaks to the upside, I would need to enter along as well. So we are at a point which we could either go long or short. Okay, but I'm not saying that you should go long or short. We are very, very like in the middle of the action. We have to see some sort uh, of break from this range. Uh, but I would enter short if it broke very, very strongly because the movement to the upside was like more than 100 points. It was 100, 145 points. It's too strong to consider, to be sure it's a retracement. Okay, it could be only like a reaccumulation if you take that week off model as a as like as your as your model of analysis. um, it's trying to break to the upside. I'm pretty suspicious of this movement to the upside. Maybe it's something, it's breaking beautifully, but there's a very strong resistance here in the view up. I'm seeing here another chart. You can see that we have all this area here of distribution which played out to the downside, so it could yet serve as a resistance. It broke relatively good here. I wouldn't enter like along from here. It's a pretty solid possibility if you want to go long from here. I say that it's a 60-40 chance to go to the upside, to keep going. If you want to go, like it's a chance. It's a chance that you have. You could go if you want. But don't wait too much. Like try to enter the lowest as possible, because it's, if this thing starts to go up, you will lose it. I'm not entering because it's not like there's no confluence with my strategy for the moment, so I'm not entering it, but it's a good chance. If you want to risk, it's good enough. It's good enough. But you see, it's reacting exactly from where I said, from the view up. So that's why I was suspicious of this movement. But it's still a good movement. You could try to go from there. If you, oh look, if you went from there, perfect. If you are in the trade, good job. I was a bit suspicious, but it's looking like a healthy movement to the upside. Yeah, I'm sorry. I tried to alert you that it was a good movement, like 60-40%. It just didn't align with my strategy. That's why I didn't enter. But yeah, and I do like that. If I miss, like I would say that I miss this chance. If I call yet another setup and don't enter on it, and it plays out, I'm leaving the market as well. Because you kind of get upset when you call the things and don't go for it, and then it happens. So it's something that I use as a psychology strategy, let's say a psychological strategy, um, because I every time I got burned, really burned, it was because of overtrading. Like when you see the opportunity, but I didn't align with the strategy exactly, and then it plays out once and twice and thrice, and then it's, oh, the next time I'm gonna enter, and then you just make a trade just to do it, and it's not healthy at all. That's why if I make two calls and don't get into them, I just leave the market. That's what I do. Okay, but I'm still in. I'm still looking for opportunities here. As I said, this is a very um, yeah, it's a very this could become a very good resistance. As you can see, look, uh, there is like this area here, which is this level here, this 21 2, let's call it, which was broken like for the first time, and then it distributed here again, and now it's testing exactly this area which was broken before. And I'm going to tell you something. If although this looks like I call it a pre-epic movement because it's so verticalized here, and I tend to be suspicious of these movements when they don't retrace the least bit. But in this case here, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Okay, if we have some sort of accumulation here and break to the upside, okay, I will be willing to enter along for here again. Okay, just so you know, it's something that it's in my plans to do. um, and I could do it if it happens to to become reality. This is very good. Like this candle here, it's overlapping the. It could be an overlapping. Okay, it could be a break as well. But now, look, regarding this question about the minute that the session opens, I do this trade, okay, every single day. This is a trade that I take. I don't put all the risk that I used to because I risk around 2% of my account every trade. This trade, I usually risk just like 0.25% of the account the first minute of the New York session. And why do I do that? Because I've been testing this live for like now 2 months maybe, and almost always like 95% of the times I take the right trade. Even if it doesn't go like 50, 60, 70 points, I've been doing consistently 20, 25. Sometimes it breaks even because I like to leave it open, but sometimes when it goes like 100 points, 150 points, it happened. And that's why I think it's a risk that I'm willing to take. If you want to go with me, good for you. But the thing is that I don't know about the. Oh, look, it's breaking to the upside. Let's see. Let's watch this movement because it could be a good movement, or it could be just an overlapping to the downside. which is also good, which is also interesting for us. I believe this is an area that we should be very aware, pay a lot of attention, because look, yeah, the way it is consolidating here is very interesting. As I see, we have 25 seconds for this candle still. As I was saying, I don't know about the delay of how many seconds you can see what I'm doing, or you can see what I'm saying after I say it. If there is a pretty solid delay, I wouldn't go with my calls, at least for this moment of the first candle of the day, because sometimes it goes in the direction I want and then it goes back to the other direction. I don't lose the trade because I entered it, and I also set stop loss at 0 uh, when it gets like 10 points in my favor at this specific trade, right? At the 1 minute, the first minute of the session trade. Um, but yeah, I like to take this trade because I've been testing a lot, but I don't know if it's feasible for those who are following the live to go for this trade, okay? But anyway, is a good trade to take, in my opinion. Sure. People will say, no, this is gambling. It's not gambling because I've been testing it, and unless I am very lucky, it's been working consistently. It's just a matter of like the thing that made me like be a better trader was to pay attention of what I call, I never saw anyone say that, but it's kind of what I call candle action. Like you see what the candle is doing, what it's up to, what is willing to do, and this works very much so in very strong candles. So the candles just before and and after the opening, so we can see exactly that battle between buyers and sellers. Like for now, it's a tie, it's a tie. But I would say that we are more for going back to the downside than go to the upside. It could be a retracement, okay, to the upside if it goes down now. But depending on how the break is, I will possibly enter a short. And candle action wise now, I'm seeing more of a bearish movement than a bullish, but it's too narrow of a range to call it just now. It could be both, because we from one perspective, from the bullish perspective, we came like how many points now? 200 points from the downside. Yes, we came like 200 points from the downside. 250 points from the downside. But we also had a very strong push to the downside not so long ago. So the market will decide now if it's going to keep going high, or if it's gonna test the lowest of the day, which I was willing, because there's a lot of liquidity there. I still believe it's going to go there, but I just trade for an hour and a half or max 2 hours after the opening. This is something that I also learned with time that you shouldn't keep trading for the entire session. This is madness. You just get upset. For now, for candle action wise, yeah, it could be. It could be looking for liquidity. If it's going up, it's looking for liquidity. That's how the market operates all the time. It looks for liquidity, and you are pretty right on that. And we just have to understand where to enter, create a system. I created mine, for example. This could be an interesting opportunity. Let's see this candle now. This is an important candle for our Yeah, look, 14 points to the upside now. It's a very interesting candle. Let's see how it's gonna play out in the end. It's rejecting the level, so like I use trading view to chart, but I really trade on on um okay, look, good break. I really trade on MT5, so MT5 is more responsive than trading view. So it came all the way back. Yeah, no. It could even keep going up, but it's not the setup I trade. That's why I'm not entering, even if it keeps going now. But it's a good entry. It was a good entry. Like if you entered from the close of this candle here, it could have been a good entry. Sure, no. If you like, as I said, I risk max 2% of my trading account. 2%. So if I lose a trade, I lose 2% of the trading account. And that's what you have to do. Like never trade, especially because you have like a 4% threshold of loss. You should put only 1%, to be fairly honest. And what will make you be more successful or not on this is the level of stop loss that you set. If you use less stop loss, you are you can have a better risk reward multiple, but at the same time, you can get caught with a retracement within your trade, and you can lose it, and then it goes like back to where you expected, and this is very frustrating. Now I work with a 25-point stop loss. Like it's the standard that I use. I never use more. Sometimes I reduce it, but in very, very rare occasions I reduce it. This is the level I'm comfortable with. Uh, Not very greedy. I see some people saying, "Oh, I made a 50 points trade. Is a 5R or 10R." Look, what's your stop loss? 5 points? Okay. For me, a 5 point stop loss is similar to gambling, to be fairly honest. And if you visualize a setup and enter, it's much better if you have like a more solid stop loss. And that's how I used to trade. Now, look, as I said, it's not aligning with my strategy because it broke, but it rejected very, very sharply. So I think this could be the level we are waiting for a short, okay? Maybe. For a long now, I would be a little bit suspicious of a break to the upside here. I will wait for I'll really wait for a new long. I'll say that I will wait for a break from this. Oh, I'm not showing exactly what I say. I'm waiting for a break of the 276, okay, to enter a long again, because this area here, I call it the Bermuda Triangle. It's very, very, very likely to reverse from there, and that's why I'm not entering. Okay, and this break wasn't good enough for me to enter. That's why I'm not taking this trade. Okay, and maybe if it breaks beautifully to the downside here, maybe I'm gonna enter a short. A good level for this short. The market is very, very volatile now. Like 50-point candles, 36-point candles. We have to be very, very careful with this, with the market when it's like this, so volatile. First session of the day, maybe people were off for too many days. I don't know about the volumes, how they are, but it looks like we have pretty solid volumes today, maybe. But let's see. Gotta wait. Trading, as I always say, is a game of patience. Only the ones who have patience will make it. Okay? I learned that the hard way. I hope you don't have to. Yeah, facts. Okay, it's going up, but not strong enough. But it's like consolidating, so every consolidation area is an area to pay attention to. It's not the most beautiful setup for a short as well, but I would be willing to get short. Okay, good. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe if you didn't do that yet. Yeah, look, this I just setting up here the expectations to see how the stop loss will fit here. It's not a trade. As I said, what I expect here is to see a break to the downside or to the upside, but to the upside, I'm a bit suspicious because, as I said, this is the Bermuda Triangle up to this point here, so I wouldn't be willing to take this. Yeah, look, this is something that could work okay as well if we reduce the range to this like uh, we have here 23 points, okay, 23 points, a bit more if we consider this week, and I would be comfortable seeing it breaking here just by a bit, okay, a lot, okay. If I do today, if I do this 43 points here up to the view up, maybe I'll close half of the position here on 40 points and then see if it keeps going up or keeps going down. But I really think that we could have a very, very good entry long from this view up here. So these are the two things I'm considering at the moment. A break to the downside and I enter a trade up to the view up. Maybe I close the entire position there. Or if we keep going up and we see some consolidation here at the 21,275 and a break to the upside, I would enter along from there, and maybe a short depending on the strength of the movement, because it went too further up. See, for a weak movement, get the price all the way down again. Okay, that's why I I believe um, we have to be very careful to enter a short from 21 to 74. It could work very well. It could be beautiful, but it could be a trap as well if it's not a very strong movement, a very strong setup. Yeah, look, it's looking good as a consolidation zone. Okay, from which I look for trades in the break of these consolidation zones, and like I join these data with the analysis of the trend of the points in the higher time frames, especially the 1 hour, the 4 hour are the ones I like the most. Sure, I always look the daily as well, um, but mostly for the intraday, I look for the 1 hour and the 4 hour sometimes. Um, Now, for example, I would say the 1 hour. I'm not going to change here for you. I have another screen here with the 1 hour. I'm not changed here because I'm looking the 1 minute as well. And what I can say is that the 1 hour is looking very, very bullish because we had a massive, massive, massive week. But this week could also be a good liquidity to be tapped to the downside. Okay, look. We have to pay a lot of attention to see if this is the real break we are looking for. Not yet, but I still have like 36 seconds to go. Yeah, it's a beautiful break. It's a beautiful break now, guys. Let's wait for the next candle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Okay. This candle was good. Good. Let's see the next one. We are willing to enter from here if it comes all the way up. Okay. Or depending on how the candle closes, we enter right from it. But my expectation at first is to enter from 216. Okay. But I could enter from the next candle, from this current candle, if this is the case. Let's see. Still 18 seconds. And I'll enter this trade. And if I don't make it, I'm stopping, okay, for the day. Well, okay, I'm short. Let's see. I will try. I'm short from this point here to 177. Okay, that's why I'm short now. But if it comes back to the 216, I would enter again. If it closes below this week here, I will set stop loss at 0. Okay, let's see. Okay, it has to close below there. Yeah, maybe our target should be the view up. Yeah, okay, I'm setting stop loss at 0 now. I don't see a reason to lose this trade. And pretty solid to the downside. Let's see. Okay, I closed the trade because, as I said, I was looking for the view up, and bravo if you came with me. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Whoa. I hope you took this trade with me, guys. This was a good one, a real good one, really good one. As I say, patience, patience, patience pays off. Okay, I wasn't too greedy because I wanted to make the trade. And you could have taken more, like I took 36 points, 37 points, like 1.5, not bad. Okay, but as I said, look, we had the chance to continue. If you were in the spirit of continuing, it was a good one. But yeah, I'm good for the day, to be honest. Like, I don't need anything else. It was a good start of the week. And this is my work day, guys. I start to look at the charts maybe 2 p.m. and 2:15 I try to start here the session, the live session on YouTube. And then I trade for an hour and a half, and that's it. Take care of the family, and that's the most important. But you see, if I had kept the trade open, at 100 points now. It was a great trade. Very good. Very, very good. I hope you were able to take it as well. Okay. If not, I'll be here tomorrow again. And just bear in mind that you can't, thank you. I thank you so much. And just bear in mind that not every day is a winning day. Not every day is great. And that's why we have to know when to stop, when to go, when to stop, when to keep going. Okay? Thank you so much. Happy New Year. And let's make money together. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you want, have the doorbell. What's that? It's a ring. It's a doorbell. I don't know what's that called. But the thing that gives you the alerts when I post anything new, when I just enter live. And that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much and have a great 2025.